With the official release of Stranger of Paradise coming tomorrow, I wanted to take a brief look at the weapons you will encounter, as well as some basic combat, equipment, and party management tips, and general advice while exploring the lands of Cornelia. This is not an in-depth guide, but rather a general overview of what to expect during your journey. With that out of the way, let's get right into the weapons. Basic attacks are performed by pressing R1 and can be chained up to 3 times in a row for a standard combo. Directional attacks can be done at any point in the chain after the initial R1 by holding up or down on the left analog stick while pressing R1. Some weapons offer directional attacks while holding left or right as well. By holding R1, some attacks can be charged up to 3 times for additional damage. Moving into weapon specifics, we'll start off with the game's default weapon, the Greatsword. The Greatsword is a slashing weapon that offers a variety of slow but powerful attacks, from the wide sweeping 3-hit standard combo to charged single target attacks and powerful directionals. An enhanced block unique to this weapon allows you to swap from offense to defense quickly by holding L1 while charging any attack. A standalone R2 will perform Spinning Slash, which spins the Greatsword around you multiple times to clear out packs of enemies, while your default combo R2 will perform Raging Slash, causing you to leap high into the air and crash down for additional break damage. Up next, the dual daggers change pace by sacrificing defense for fast, fluid attacks with evasion built into your combos. Very little recovery time between attacks allows you to keep the pressure up and dodge around incoming attacks, making single targets a breeze. This weapon type can struggle against groups, so be sure to use your party or press triangle to swap to another job. A standalone R2 will perform Weak Spot, which has you leap toward an enemy with a critical hit regardless of positioning, while your default combo R2 will perform Bisect, which repositions you behind the enemy. The Knuckles are our first striking weapon. With faster attacks than the dual daggers but a lack of defense and built-in evasion, this weapon type is for those who prefer to get in face-to-face with the enemy, stun-locking them with a flurry of powerful attacks and moving on to the next unlucky target. A standalone R2 will perform Explosive Fists, which while held, unleashes a series of lightning-fast blows, buffing your other attacks at the cost of your MP. Your default combo R2 will perform a Sonic Punch, delivering a massive blow to a single enemy. The Mace is a single-handed striking weapon, allowing for use with a shield. What it lacks in reach and damage, it more than makes up for with its ability to top off your MP quickly through charged attacks. A built-in counter on your down directional attack allows you to create openings at will. Your standalone R2 allows you to charge up offensive or defensive magic. Offensive magic can be free cast using the right analog stick or targeted to an enemy while locked on with R3. Defensive magic will either cast to yourself or to the whole party depending on the spell and charge level. You can also tap R2 to cast your last selected spell at the lowest level. Your default combo R2 will perform Stormbreaker, which simultaneously casts a low-level arrow spell while slashing. The weapon of choice for floor tanks, the Lance is a piercing weapon that offers striking and slashing options, perfect for exploiting whatever weakness your enemy has. One of the few weapons that has 4 directional combo attacks. A forward combo will gain ground while piercing any enemies in the way. Your down combo will perform a striking slam that can be chained. And your left and right combos will do a wide-reaching slash attack, great for creating space when surrounded. A standalone R2 allows you to charge up your Lance Hurl. However, unlike other charged abilities, if you cancel out, your MP will not be refunded, so make sure to follow through. The default combo R2 performs Wild Thrust, a series of quick piercing attacks followed by one powerful poke. If you prefer a quick one-handed weapon with good range and excellent defensive options, you can't go wrong with the sword. The second weapon to allow use of a shield, this slashing weapon is a jack of all trades. Your standard attacks gain ground while slashing in a small arc. The forward directional combo performs a piercing thrust for penetrating heavily armored foes. Your down combo unleashes an uppercut to send enemies flying, while your left and right combos phase around for easy repositioning. The true beauty of this weapon is the standalone R2, Intersection. This creates a defensive aura that will automatically counter any attack that lands on you, a very powerful option for new players still learning the ropes. The default combo R2, Beatdown, leaps into the air and crashes down on enemies, sending them flying. The katana brings a wide array of offensive moves. Your standard attacks combine slashing and piercing, but with a slight delay between moves this can feel a bit slow at times. However, by holding R1 you can enter Senshin stance, which completely transforms your regular attacks into an endless flurry of wide slashes that will automatically deflect incoming strikes. Your forward directional attack is a piercing thrust, while the down directional attack gains space while slashing in front of you. The standalone R2 will sheath your weapon, allowing you to charge up to 3 levels before unleashing a powerful forward slash. The default combo R2 will perform a rising slash that sends out a small energy wave. Note that while in Senshin stance, your standalone R2 is not available. Finally, my personal choice for troublesome enemies and all-around favorite, the Axe. This slash weapon allows you to charge every regular attack at any point in your combo, facilitating outrageous damage. Passively making you harder to interrupt ensures you can deliver these hard-hitting attacks at any point. Your forward directional attack thrusts the axe in front of you, while your down directional attack slashes the enemy and gains some space. Although you aren't immune to damage while winding up these attacks, the standalone R2 can make incoming damage more manageable. By landing upheaval on enemies, you debuff them, making your attacks hurt more and theirs hurt less. The default combo R2, Sundering Blow, knocks your enemies into the air before slamming them back to the ground. While all-out offense may work for some enemies, the defensive options are worth a look as well. You can perform a short dash using X or a roll by quickly double-tapping instead. With no directional input, you will always go backwards, or you can choose to reposition in whatever direction you hold. Dashing can also be used during charged attacks to cancel out and avoid damage, or between swings in a combo. Holding L1 allows you to guard, which will negate some damage at the cost of your own break gauge. The Greatsword offers an enhanced guard, which you can use by holding L1 during a charge attack. You can use Circle instead of L1 to block with your Soul Shield, but more on that in a minute. With a combination of these offensive and defensive tips, you should be able to handle any enemy you come across. By holding Circle, you can use your Soul Shield just before being hit to negate damage, build up MP, or in the case of attacks denoted in purple, absorb it to generate an instant ability, which you can fire right back with square or hold on to for later while you continue pummeling the enemy. Be cautious of attacks denoted in red, as they cannot be blocked, and it is best to dash to the left or right. To make the most of your weapons, you'll want a healthy supply of MP. Soul-shattering enemies grants additional charges and refills a portion of missing MP. By depleting the yellow break gauge of an enemy and then pressing Circle when prompted, you can perform this satisfying finisher, which can also be used to avoid incoming attacks during the animation, or to deplete the break gauges of surrounding enemies very quickly. If you find yourself surrounded by more than you can handle, activate Lightbringer by holding L2 and pressing Circle. At the cost of 2 MP, you enter a state that greatly increases break gauge damage and will automatically shatter defeated enemies. Taking damage will deplete your Lightbringer gauge quickly, and when it's gone, you will be vulnerable again. While exploring each level, be on the lookout for anything unusual, as these can often lead to secret treasure. Sometimes you may need to use an instant ability gained from enemies, your own magic, or even a little help from the environment. After defeating all these enemies and gathering loot, it's a good idea to frequently stop at the cubes and levels or press options while on the world map to bring up your menu. From here, your first stop will be the job trees. Using the points gained with each job level, you gain access to passive buffs, new combo and command abilities, and additional jobs. Once you've unlocked a few new abilities, you can begin to customize the R2 combos for each weapon we looked at earlier. Each sequence of the combo can be customized separately, and some abilities are specific to certain combos. Once you've mastered a few classes that use the same weapon, you'll find many more customization options available. In addition to Lightbringer, you can equip an additional 3 command abilities to your L2 menu. Each class offers one new ability that can be used with any other class. A good selection of command abilities can really pull your build together. Choosing the right party can also create a better synergy with your build, so be sure to swap them out frequently to gain experience and experiment with different combinations of their unique jobs to find out what works best for you. When choosing the right gear, make sure to look at Affinity bonuses, then choose the gear that shows the symbol for your job. If you just choose to optimize your gear, you may end up missing out on some powerful bonuses. And lastly, you can visit the Smithy from the second tab while on the world map. Here you can upgrade the specific bonuses of a piece of gear, provided you have the materials. However, if you find yourself in need of more, or just overloaded, you can dismantle any unwanted weapons and equipment here as well. Hopefully these tips have prepared you for the chaos to come. Thanks for watching.